The lights are off and away they go.
Extremely loose. He's managed to hold on. I think
He missed the complete that. He's crazy
Side by
stuff.
side, Freitas is on the grass on the infield for 4. He slides through. He tags Richard Eck.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Outlaw 100 at Five Flag Speedway. Round 7 coming your way tonight in Season 4. This fall season for the Christian Family Construction Outlaw Modified Series, and you're going to get to see all 100 laps unfold live here on the Global SimRacing channel. Hi, I'm Sean Ambrose, and alongside me in the booth tonight is Dawson Never Say Die Brock. In the director's chair tonight, we've got our main man, Joe Peak, on the job, and in that chair, twisting and tweaking the dials for us, and our camera sets, as always, provided by the great one, Dougie Beard. Thanks, Dougie. Listen, folks, Christian Family Construction Services is a complete excavation service for new homes and additions in the state of Connecticut. Yes, the great state of Connecticut. Just about 15 miles across the water from me here in Long Island. Call them, though, at 860-428-5995. They are licensed and insured in the state of Connecticut. You know what? They install septic tanks, too. Very, very important up here in the Northeast. They install them, they repair them, and they are licensed in the state of Connecticut to do that. Easy for me to say. They also do land clearing, site preparation, stumping, cellar holes, drainage systems. They do driveways also. Give them a shout. If you need any help, Christian Family Construction Services, 860-428-5995 there in the state of Connecticut. Now, last week in South Carolina, the Outlaws stormed the beach. Dustin Powers on point. Dustin fought hard for 42 laps, while Tim Shinowski worked his way up through the field from his 7th place starting position to take the lead. And he'd lead about 52 of those laps and get himself a big win there at the beach in Myrtle Beach last week. Now, the win for Tim was just what the doctor ordered as he fights for this Season 4 Fall Championship. Jeff Kendrick grabbed the coveted 10th spot and gets the advantage on tonight's start from the pole. 5 races left in one of the tightest championship runs we've seen in some time. Who takes one of these 5 flags tonight? Could it be our newcomer, Stefan Alphonse? The man from Vienna? We'll see. The only thing that is certain, someone gets out of here with a win. First, Dawson, you got to get us around this track. What do you know, bud?
Well, Sean, Five Flag Speedway, home of the world-famous Snow Derby. This half mile was first opened in 1953. It's a very fast track due to its high 15-degree banking. Five Flags also known for having a very rough track surface that wears tires quickly. Should be a factor to watch for tonight. But first, let's take a quick ride around the track in our GSRC SK Modified.
Hello everyone and welcome to the Global Sim Racing channel. I'm Brian Yazek. This is the legendary Five Flag Speedway, and this is the GSRC SK Modified. So without further ado, here we go. This is how you get around this little joint. It's a very unique track because you're always turning to the left. As you can see down here in 1 and 2, you're going to find that white line, come all the way, float back up, still have the wheel turned a little bit back down to the bottom in turns 3 and 4. Watch the wheel spin off of the corner. The Modified will want to bite off of that corner, and the rear is going to want to step around and meet the front of the car. But as I said, it always kind of feels like you're turning left here. As you can see, the wheel never really straightens out. Back down into 3 and 4 again. Watching that wheel spin off of 4. But as you see right here, the start-finish line is almost right in front of the entrance to the corner. So you really are hitting the brakes early and often, and I use the term front straightaway in a very loose fashion here. 3 and 4 again. You don't want to jump down and hit that curbing because you see there's a pit wall waiting for you right there. Really will mess up your entire race. 1 and 2, don't want to hit that wall either. The track kind of opens up a little bit. You might see guys move about a half a lane up, try to get a better run off of the corner. Just have to see how the tires hold off and if the drivers can hold their tempers as well. Five Flags is a fun little short track, half mile long, and it is a legend in its own right for a reason. So without further ado, this is your track guide around Five Flag Speedway. I'm Brian Yazek. Enjoy the show.
And that's how we get around in the daytime here at Five Flag Speedway. This evening, we've got a pretty hot race on track here in Florida, Pensacola, Florida. Now we get to talk to Donnie Moore, driver of the number 26 SK Modified, sponsored by Irwin Tools, and of course one of our favorite sponsors of all time, the ASPCA. Donnie, how you doing this evening, buddy?
Doing good, Sean. How are you?
Excellent. You ready to get a win here at Five Flags tonight?
I don't know about a win. Tough competition. Look at top three there. Jeff Kendricks, fast lap, and Stefan, new guy, and Brian, and so tough competition.
And Kendrick gets a start on the pole tonight too.
Kendrick's on the pole, and he's got the fast lap, so he may just take off from us.
Yeah, you sure you're not sandbagging a little bit?
I don't think so, Sean. No.
How much do you know about Stefan Alphonse?
Nothing. No, nothing at all.
All right. Well, we know he's from Vienna, which is in a little place called Austria, right next to Germany, and one of those Czechoslovakia. It's not Czechoslovakia anymore. I'm sorry, I can't remember now. Anyway, okay, so he's here. He's fast. So's Brian Dean. So's Jeff Kendrick. You're kind of middle of the road right now. You know what? This track pretty fast. Now, it looked like in the late models, you guys were almost just flat-footing it around here. That's not going to be the same here in the modified, is it?
Flat-footing it, I wasn't. The modified, it should be a good race. It doesn't feel as loose as it has been in the past few races, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, maybe a little bit of grip tonight. Okay. All right. It did look like in the late model race, there were a lot of people trying different lines, trying to race side by side, even saw three wide a couple of times. You think maybe we'll get that in the modified tonight?
Yeah, it's tough to hold that outside line. Some of these guys might be able to do it.
All right, Donnie. Somehow I get a feeling we're going to talk to you again before this night's over. So go out there, get a good one in, and hopefully we get a chance to chat with you again, my friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Watch out for those Shinosky boys, yep.
Will do, Donnie, will do. Thanks for the heads up.
We'll see
and that is Donnie Moore, driver of the number 26 SK Modified. And this is going to be a fun one with Donnie tonight and the guys. Dawson, why don't you take us through the current point standings?
Well, we heard Donnie say watch out for them Shinosky brothers, though. As you see on your screen, two of them in the top three, and Donnie Moore right in the middle of both of them. So he's got a lot of company there. Tim Shinosky, your winner last week, he's been up 2 spots. John Hine with a great finish last week as well. He is up 2 spots. And Brian Dean could be your last car here in the top 5. So really close points battle up here right now, and it's looking like it's going to keep getting closer.
It appears Stefan Alphonse, a fan of Days of Thunder. They're running the Superflow paint scheme. Pretty cool looking on a modified, actually. I like that. I dig that. All right, now let's throw out the details for tonight's event. This is round 7, so we've 5 to go here to the end of the season. 100 laps this evening, 100 laps every Saturday. Now, we will be inverting the top 10 from last week. What's that mean? Well, it means Jeff Kendrick, the guy fastest in practice right now, he's going to get the start from the pole. It's a big advantage for him right now. He's got an awful fast car, so we'll see. No scheduled pit stop. You don't need it here. You don't need fuel. You can make it the 100 laps. Not a problem. If you should need to come into the pit, because you do get one free fast repair. If you should need to come in, the very important thing to remember here in the Outlaw Modified Series is not to take any tires. That incurs a penalty, and that ends your race. So, let's see. Christian Family Construction Outlaw Modified Series. Boy, we've had a great season so far. We show up to round 7 here, Dawson, and we've got a really, really good championship battle on our hands here.
Yeah, definitely. And you see two Shinosky brothers who have both had a lot of encouraging races all week or all year, and now they get here 12 points out of them top 3 and 19 to the top 4. So they're all right there, and it's within a couple races. It's going to be a good one.
Interesting thing about Matt sitting there up top. Matt doesn't have a win. 0 wins for Matt Shinosky. That's been just raw consistency. That's got him sitting there at the top. Tim and Donnie both have 2 races won this season, and they're still chasing, looking up at Matt. So you see John Hine, which we did in the points there a few minutes ago. John Hine has got himself into the picture in the top 5. And then there's Brian Dean. He's 21 points out. Dean, the second fastest car here this evening. Dean could rip off a win or a couple of podium finishes here down the stretch. He could be one of those contenders we're talking about here in a few weeks. So lots going on, lots to witness here, my friend. This should be a good one tonight. We've got a great track, only 72 degrees on track. It's partly cloudy under these nighttime skies. 72 degrees out, just a little bit of wind at about 6 to 7 miles an hour. This is going to be one bad, fast race, buddy. I'm talking about a lot of horsepower here.
Yeah, now you can see it's just this track. There's a lot of history here. You see every December, the guys in the super late models, they come here and they race in that snowball derby, and you see a lot of great racing there. It's the same thing with these modifieds. These modifieds have a lot of horsepower, open wheels, and it's a lot of good racing. I know tonight you're going to want to be on that bottom lane. And another thing we mentioned, the rough track surface. Tires are going to be important, so we'll see. Maybe the fastest guy doesn't win tonight. Maybe it's the guy who thinks ahead. Maybe it's the guy who takes it easy on them tires. Mike Holloway, he's got a great pace right now. And how about the new guy, too, Stefan Alphonse? We'll get to see what he brings tonight.
Yeah, we will. I'm surprised here at his speed initially. He was pretty good in the super late model race. I think he finished 5th, actually. It was right where he started. So now he's tonight, being a new guy on the block, he's going to have to start from the back, probably somewhere around 11th, 12th, or 13th. Somewhere probably just outside the top 10, but we'll see if he can fight through the field. With the high banking here, the horsepower, the low temperature, I think what a lot of drivers are going to have to look out for tonight is driving that the SK off the right rear tire just a little bit too much. You're going to have to avoid against that if you really want to survive this 100-lap run this evening. Of course, if everybody's driving it too hard, then they'll all be in the same place at the end. That's generally not the case. So probably want to avoid burning up your equipment here early, right, Dawson?
Absolutely, and I think that the fact that this is a fixed setup race, the league, that's what they always do, and I think it creates a lot of great racing. But what it develops is everybody's car is going to drive exactly the same. It depends on how you drive it to what the success you get. We talk about this all the time and how big this is, and typically a short track setup, it turns off that right rear, so you got to drive it a certain way. And some guys like Donnie Moore, Matt Shinosky, he's been consistent all year, and you see these guys just kind of have that feel for this and that fixed setup. So you got to get that right matchup of what you got to go adapt to the car. You can't adapt the car to you.
Well, practice is practice, but Kendrick, the only one with a 15-second lap right now, but you look at the times throughout the field in practice, it is really, really close. We're talking about little hundredths of a second that separates second to second all the way back to 8th at least. And this could get interesting.
Absolutely, I know that. When you look at this and you get races that everybody's jam-packed all right here and close, you see guys like Jeff Kendrick. He's going to be starting at the top, and then you go all the way back. No, everybody's going to be still in just one pack and everything. We'll see Sean, he'll be back in a little bit, but yeah, you get guys, they all are right there, and everybody's close, all tight up, and everybody's got pace. Everybody's going to have a fast car. I think that's going to be the difference tonight. It's going to be the tires.
Tires. Well, we'll know here in just, a little over a minute, just under 2 minutes to go here in practice. We'll set the grid for you. Let's see here. I'm trying to see, Lucas Denziano's back with us tonight. He's sitting kind of in the middle of the field. I think he'll have to start at the back this evening. He could be a player in this thing. We'll see. He stopped on. Thanks, Lucas, for stopping there while I'm talking about you. He could be a player in this evening. He has generally run well at these half-mile tracks. An example like Bristol. We'll see. I like his chances. Usually with Lucas, it can be a connection issue that dumps him, and hopefully that doesn't bite him tonight. Hopefully he can stick around for all 100 of these this evening. But I am looking forward to seeing Stefan Alphonse. I've had just a little bit of a chance to see him run in the late model a little while ago, and like I'd said before, 5th place finish, not bad with this group at all. Seems like he can hold his own. There's Kurt Smith. We haven't talked about him. Kurt, not one of the faster drivers here on track right now, but you know what? Kurt's just been looking for a little bit of luck. The Mike Holloway guy right behind him, that's probably one that we're going to need to keep our eyes on. Holloway's had a pretty solid season, just hasn't had a lot of luck, and Kurt Smith spinning right in front of him there. Mike gets a little piece of him. It's a heck of a way to end up practice there. All right, you got to pick for me tonight, Dawson.
Well, and it's kind of hard to pick against Jeff Kendrick. I think he's the one with the fastest time, so you know that he's the only one who's been able to break that 16-second barrier. So I'm gonna have to pick him. Starting on pole, it's gonna be really tough for the other guys to catch him.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna take a Shinosky. So
safe bet.
Give me Matt to get his first tonight. I think maybe Matt's got a shot at it. We'll take a gamble on that. No real money, of course. We don't do that here. So, but hey, listen, the time has run out here on practice. Why don't we go ahead and call our grid for this evening's race as they get prepared to grid up here on track? And there we go. All right. Jeff Kendrick and Dustin Powers on that front row. Mike Allen, Lowell Jewell on row 2. Donnie Moore, Matt Shinosky on row 3. Take it the rest of the way, Dawson.
Brian Dean and Tim Shinosky going to start on row 4. Jeff Sharp and Stefan Alphonse going to start 9th and 10th. Then looking behind them, we got Mike Holloway and Kurt Smith, and Lucas Cinziano coming back for this week, going to start 13th. Okay,
now, tell you what, Stefan Alphonse with a pretty good starting spot. You know what? If he finishes there, you know what? He'd be on the pole next week, so wouldn't be a bad way to break into this league. But you know what? Got a feeling Stefan probably racing for a little bit more than that this evening, so we'll keep an eye on him there and see how he gets started here tonight. From the point, though, it's going to be Jeff Kendrick who's going to get his shot to see what he can do. He was awful fast in practice, led everybody in practice, and now he gets to start the race from the point. Dustin Powers right up there with him. We'll see what Dustin does. Maybe Dustin tries to pull out a move on him, but the lights are out in the pace car. We come through turn 1 and 2. It's just about time to cut him loose here at Five Flag Speedway. Pensacola, Florida on a Saturday night. You gotta love it, Dawson. Love the sound of those modifieds roaring down the backstretch, heading into turn 3 here. Flags in the air, waving. Papa John's passing off into the night there. Here we go. The pace car is in, and Kendrick is all over it. The green flag is out. He's down the front stretch, across the line, down into 1. Nice start. Boy, Dustin Powers doesn't get a good one at all. He's running up the track, and they're running on by him. There goes Mike Allen. There goes Donnie Moore. Oh, Donnie made a little bit of contact. Getting by, what was that? Getting by Lowell Jewell, I think. Oh, Kendrick going to get around the first lap. Your leader already opening it up to a half a second lead. Mike Allen got second place. Donnie Moore already up to 3rd. Came from 5th. Great start for Donnie Moore, but man, Dustin Powers still caught up there on the top side. Can't get down in the line. Matt Shinosky gets by.
Ooh, now Dustin Powers going to run up the track.
And he spins.
Ooh. Ah, there it is. Kurt Smith, Mike Holloway all collected in that.
Boy, Kurt Smith gets the worst of that. Probably go on board with him. Take it from, we'll go on board with Kurt Smith here. He just has nowhere to go. Cars are still bunched up here. He could see Kendrick spinning and just nothing he could do. Mike Holloway, he winds up in the middle of that sandwich and he gets damage from behind and in the front. So these guys are already down pit lane, getting some repair on their SKs already. Not Holloway. Holloway is still out, but I think he's coming in. He is. Mike Holloway is in pit. He's going to pick up his fast repair. 5 laps into this race and already having to take that. Dustin Powers still on the pit lane. I think he decided. Did he decide to tow around?
I think he did take a tow.
Yeah, that's the case, and he's going to be there for a little bit. Hopefully, it doesn't catch him. Doesn't cost him a lap. It may. That's all right. He'll get a chance with a wave by on another caution. There won't be any this time by. Well, okay. Well, we're hearing from our director. Actually, that Dustin, he wound up on his lid, so he had to tow. There was no choice there. Nobody to help him out. Okay. Well, Kendrick, great start to this race, man. He did exactly, I think, what he wanted to do there. He got a nice jump on the field, Dawson.
Yeah, he was able to build a little bit of a gap, and I think, as you're going to see as the night goes on, that low side is where you're going to want to be. Where Powers started on the outside of him, he really struggled to find any grip up there.
Yeah, it certainly didn't seem like there was any grip on the top of this track. He kept dropping and dropping and dropping, and eventually he got so high up the track into the marbles there that the rear end just came around on him. And so he's going to have to fight back from now being several positions down, as he still sits on the pit lane. I haven't seen him disconnect, so cars on the back stretch, lights off on the pace car. Get ready to go. It's going to be Jeff Kendrick and Mike Allen. Allen in the Clarence's Steakhouse SK Modified, number 59. Pace car is pulling off. Kendrick already on the hammer. Out of one. Across the line, he gets another great jump on the field. Donnie Moore side by side with Mike Allen as they go through 1 and 2. Donnie going to get out to the break there. Allen going to drop in line. Here comes Lowell Jewell down on the inside. Matt Shinoski stuck up top. Oh, Lowell runs up the track a little bit. Almost gets there. Not quite. Dustin Powers just coming back out on track. Kendrick in command of this race. Donnie Moore sits there in the second spot, being chased hard by Mike Allen.
I think right now you're going to see how all these guys are all close here. Donnie Moore, Mike Allen, Matt Shinoski, all the way back down to Kurt Smith almost. They're all right next to each other. A lot of close racing.
So fast around here. I mean, they are really clipping 100 miles, over 100 miles an hour through the center of the turns. Really not using much, if any, brake here at all. You're really just lifting and letting the car roll through the center of these turns. Right now, Jeff Kendrick seems to be the one that's doing it the best. Donnie Moore picking up a little bit of time. He's just a little bit faster that last lap. So Donnie definitely starting to make up a little ground. Matt Shinoski back here behind Lowell Jewell starts to look like he's getting a little nervous. Heard somebody rapping the wall coming out of what probably was turn 4. Let's take a look and see where Alphonse is at. Stefan right now sitting in 7th place. Not a bad start. He's put himself 3 spots through the field. He's riding in front of Tim Shinoski right now. This should be a good battle. Let's see if he can pick up Jeff Sharp and keep Tim in his mirror. Car looks clean. Stefan turning down a pretty good line here. I don't know how much experience he's got in the modified, but so far so good. He seems to have real good control of it. And again, seems to have a really good line when it's allowed him to keep Tim Shinoski still behind him. Shinoski has picked up nothing yet. Nothing but a windshield full of rubber, and that is it. Action up front, heating up just a little bit. Looks like Mike Allen maybe starting to find an opportunity here on Donnie Moore. What do you think, Dawson?
Yeah, Lowell Jewell going to clip the wall a little bit. Matt Shinoski going to be able to get in front of him. But yeah, it looks like Moore is definitely closing the gap here on Kendrick. We're starting to develop a little bit of a race early on. Only about 20 laps in. And Donnie Moore's already closed that gap.
He really has, and looking pretty good there. Now he can just keep pace with Kendrick and set him up or wait on Kendrick to make a mistake. But the pressure is there. All Kendrick can see out of that mirror is Donnie and that Irwin Tools SK. Matt Shinaski back here starting to get a bit of a run at Mike Allen. Again, we talked about the consistency of Matt Shinaski this season. He's up 2 spots right now, sitting there in 4th. 1 position separates him from the podium. And podium finishes get you to a championship, Dawson.
Absolutely. We've seen Matt Shinaski be able to do that all year, and currently sits just 4 points ahead of Donnie Moore. So as we were just riding along with Donnie, that's the guy he's got to be racing against. And I know sometimes you wonder, when is it too early to start counting points as you're racing? Well, I like to do it all the time. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. Is Donnie Moore going to get a big run on Kendrick? But you always got to keep that in your head.
He got a huge run at him and then had to check up. Look what that's done. That's brought Mike Allen and Matt Shinaski to the party. Now Shinaski almost dipped a tire down there inside of Mike. Those two oh boy, Matt is all over him. There he goes. Matt going to try and do it into 3? No. He's got to back out of it. That's probably going to cost him just a little bit. He's going to have to wait to make another run. Maybe he can get it done with a good exit here in 3. We'll see. No, not close enough. Not close enough. Now he is. Maybe he attacks out of 4. He's going to go to the inside. Looking at it. Looking at it. It's not there. He gets the door shut on him by Mike. Good racing here between Allen and Shinaski. Here in the early stages of this race. 25 laps in the books. Quarter of the way done here, Dawson.
Matt Shinaski going to get a big run.
Oh,
Mike
boy.
Allen runs up the track. Will Juneau going to look down low. Not going to make it 3 wide, but Matt Shinaski is going to be able to get underneath Mike and probably get this pass done.
Mike made a mistake. He got a little bit too far down the track and over the apron line there. And we made back the transition back up. That
little Jewel getting
Matt, and now
loose.
Yep. Ouch. Oh boy, and it's Jeff Sharp that gets into Mike Allen there. Mike up there on the top groove by himself, and then Lowell, his car got tight, wiggled, and he makes the contact. Watch this. You see Lowell get tight right there. He wiggles and hits Mike Allen, and then he, of course, collects Jeff Sharp, who had absolutely nowhere to go. I think we're going to ride on board with Jeff. Yeah, here we go. So watch what Jeff's doing here. There's Lowell in the 5, the Valvoline 5 there on the inside. And you're going to see the car start to slide a little bit, and he tries to correct it, and he does. That contact made with Mike, and boy, Allen with a tough break there. Not seeing a lot of damage on the car. The rear end is crumpled up, but I don't know. I don't see any front damage on it. I think he could probably stay on track. You never know until these things get running, though, Dawson, do you?
Yeah, and you want to say, well, let me give it one run and see, but then the next thing you know, you're a half second off and a half second here, and you're going to get lapped pretty quick.
Well, you know who hasn't gotten lapped yet? Jeff Kendrick.
Yeah.
Kendrick. He's holding serve, man. 30 laps into this race. Jeff is still our leader. This time, though, he's going to have to start with Donnie Moore on the outside. I don't think Donnie's going to be falling asleep on this restart here. He's had a chance to see Jeff start this race from the inside 3 times. He's jumped it all 3 times. I'm thinking Donnie might try to go with him. Maybe Kendrick plays little head games with him and tries to get Donnie to jump first. Should be interesting here when we get restarted, Dawson. The lights are out on the pace car, and what does that mean? Dawson?
Going green.
Okay.
We're going green. There we go.
The uncomfortable pause. I love it, man. All right, here we go. Down the backstretch. Getting ready to set this thing up for a big restart. Oh, I'm sorry, we're live and I missed it. My bad. Kendrick gets out again. Oh,
we got
Tim Shinoski's
spin
around.
behind.
Tim Shinoski's around and into the wall on the backstretch. The caution is not out. Kendrick gets loose up front into Matt Shinoski. Matt Shinoski coming around. Donnie Moore up to the lead. I'm so sorry about that, folks. I missed the important start of that race. Obviously, Donnie Moore did not fall asleep. I did. Kendrick back to second. Matt Shanoski threatening now. Tim Shanoski falls all the way back to the back of the field. And side by side back there, you got Stefan Alphonse and Lowell Jewell down into turn 3. Just up in front of them, Matt Shanoski had a bit of a problem, and that brought Mike Holloway to the party. Mike Holloway up to 4th. He started 11th, folks.
And you talk about Donnie Moore getting a great start there. I think he beat Kendrick to the line. He got a great jump on that restart.
Yeah, Matt Shanoski looking hungry here. Tried to dip a tire in under Kendrick, and he thinks better of it. Kendrick gets down there and kind of breaks off the momentum just a little bit. Matt, I'll tell you what, Matt Shanoski got to be careful here. Mike Holloway really, really pressing. Donnie Moore off to a great jump here. 38 laps in the books, and Donnie is in the lead. Almost got a second now on Kendrick. Matt Shanoski still putting the pressure on back here on Kendrick. Kendrick's got to be careful. He's got to protect his line. He's also got to be careful not to take any contact from Matt Shanoski here too. Right now, he's got a little bit of a distance, exactly what he'd like to see. Donnie Moore doesn't care about any of it because he is off and running. Here we go again. Kendrick maybe looks to maybe just made a small mistake there, but Matt wasn't able to do anything with it. These three aren't really moving right now. Who is? Well, Stefan Alphonse. Alphonse starting to kind of get in this picture just a bit. You see him back there. Alphonse could be fighting for a podium here pretty soon if he plays his cards right.
Yeah, I'll tell you, top 5. You said he finished 5th in the race earlier today, and he's making a great run here. He's about to catch Mike Holloway, who looks like he maybe made a mistake there. Yeah, great run here so far from the driver from Austria.
Well, the really great drive is happening at the front of the track, or the front of the field right now. It's Donnie Moore, still in command. Has not really opened the lead up much, though, and that's a bit of a surprise. Kendrick still has a good race car, still has good pace. Hasn't gained, but he hasn't lost any here yet for a while. That could be because Matt Shanoski's let the pressure off just a little bit, make it a little bit easier for Kendrick to get around, and Matt, I think Matt knows he can get him. I think Matt did a little research. Oh, Matt, and I'm talking about Matt. Is he saving it? He saves it.
Ooh.
Wow.
We got a yellow out.
Oh, we do have a yellow. Oh, it was Stinziano out of 4. Let's watch the replay here, though, real quick. Watch this save here by Matt Shanoski. Watch the hands, folks. Watch the hands. Yeah, they don't want to be in that direction. It's a great job of saving that. Let's go back to the track here, though, real quick. Lucas Stinziano with a big spin out of turn 4. And he hits it hard down. You're going to see him off of 4. He makes that contact there on the backstretch into 3. It's out of 4, and then there she starts sliding. Slides right down into that inside retaining wall. He beats the car up pretty bad. It took him a while to get turned around, and he's going to need that fast repair. Several cars coming down pit road. Look to take their fast repairs. Kurt Smith is in. Lowell Jewell is also in. Well, we've got a new leader. We've got a new leader, and it's Donnie Moore. Donnie Moore going to get to restart this race from the point, Dawson. Kendrick, okay, let's see. So Donnie Moore's going to restart from the point. Kendrick is going to get to restart from the outside here. So maybe he, well, you know what? He hasn't got to see Donnie Moore make a restart from the inside, so this should be interesting. We'll see how Kendrick plays this. This could be a great opportunity for him to get the lead back.
Well, I tell you what, if you look back to the last restart, Donnie Moore kind of beat Kendrick. He was able to get such a good restart to where he was able to take over in turn 1 and 2. So Kendrick, he's going to have to make that same adjustment. But I have a feeling Donnie Moore's going to wait a little bit and stack it up a little bit and go at the last second.
You know what? That's exactly what I was thinking too. I'm thinking maybe that's the strategy Donnie will play. Donnie can be a little sneaky at times. So we'll see. We'll see what he's got here. Lights are still on the pace cars. They head down the backstretch. They'll probably go out this time. Beautiful evening here in Pensacola, Florida. Again, it's a little cloudy. 72 degrees outside, 72 degrees on track. And that being said, grip has still seemed to be a little bit of an issue. Not as grippy as I think maybe some of these guys would have liked.
And we've seen a couple guys lose it off a 3, and if we go back to last week, we saw that little spot in 3, and I think that last week they struggled with that one spot. I wonder if that iRacing, that real road, there's just certain parts of the track that get slick and just start to cause problems.
Well, we got problems now because it's time to get restarted, and I'm live. I promise. Pace car pulls off the track right now. Donnie Moore. Oh, Donnie doesn't wait at all, man. He takes that jump and he's gone. Donnie across the line first. Kendrick maybe asleep just a little bit there. Donnie got to wait. So does Kendrick. Now it's Holloway fighting with Shinosky. Matt Shinosky. There's Stefan Alphonse. He is still sitting there in 5th place. Holloway looking for the bottom of the track. Oh, boy. He's got a wheel in on Kendrick. Kendrick slides up the track. Yikes. Mike Holloway up to 2nd.
Now Stefan going to be able to battle with Matt Shinosky, your points leader. He's got that inside. That inside's where you want to be. Getting a great run.
Matt Shinosky up top there, not moving at all, man. Oh, he's sliding. He's sliding. Oh, no. Wow, what a hard hit.
No caution.
No caution at all. Look at that car. It's destroyed. Ay, ay, ay. And no caution flag, and that means Donnie I'm not Donnie, but Matt drops all the way to the back of the field. He's going to lose laps because of this now. Hard luck there for the championship leader. Donnie Moore, though, running, baby. Here comes Mike Holloway. Holloway started back in 11th place, is now up in 2nd. Come Jeff Kendrick. Oh boy. Stefan Alphonse runs up the track just a little bit. Almost got run into there by Jeff Sharp. I think Alphonse needs to get that car back down the track a little bit. Don't want to leave the door open as much as he has been. Ooh, boy. Maybe he's been driving that car a little bit harder than we thought. Here comes Kendrick up on the inside. I'm sorry, not Kendrick, Jeff Sharp. Oh,
bit of contact.
Yeah. A wheel banging there. Wow, Alphonse going to lose a couple spots. Look at Tim Shinosky starting to come up through the field a little bit. Shinosky, Tim, up in 5th now. Somebody's got to carry the mantle for the Shinosky family. Well, Matt is finally back out on track. He got his fast repaired. Sitting there back a lap down. He will be in line for a wave by if we get another caution, and only if.
We've seen a couple instances tonight where we've had accidents. Is Jeff Sharp going to look to the inside of Jeff Kendrick? It's a Jeff on Jeff battle for 3rd, that last podium spot.
Look at Sharp go, man. He's digging down there. You haven't seen Sharp with a good run here in a bit. Tonight, looking pretty steady. 73 SK running. Here comes Tim Shinosky right up behind him. Tim, the next driver to drop Kendrick another spot down the order. Boy, Kendrick is struggling all of a sudden.
It's funny because we saw Stefan. Stefan was struggling for a little bit. Is now Kendrick going to get low and now collect Stefan?
Oh, boy.
Kendrick, Jules.
Wow, look at that. 5 cars all out of turn 5, or 5 cars out of turn 4. Yeah, we don't have a 5th turn here, Sean. Watch how this starts. Trying to... Yeah, look there. You see Kendrick starting to go around there on the high side, and he tries to correct it. He makes that bit of contact there with Alphonse, comes across the front end of Lowell Jewell. Kurt Smith gets under that, and then there at the end, who was that? Kurt Smith? No, not Kurt Smith.
Brian Dean.
Yeah, it was Brian Dean in the black and gold car, yeah.
I just gotta hope that you... Wow.
What a hard hit. You know, and Lowell Jewell had already been in, and I think had already taken a fast repair, so that's, boy, that's going to be tough.
Yeah, him, Smith, and I think maybe even Brian Dean took his earlier too, so Stefan, he's going to be able to use his quick repair, and he'll get right back out there. Right now, currently sitting 8th.
Well, we're going to wind up with a couple cars behind the wall because of that Dustin Powers and Lucas Stinziano both out of this now. Jeff Kendrick out of this race. Actually, Dustin had been out for a little bit. Sorry about that. Lucas, we lost just a few laps ago, and now we lose Jeff Kendrick to this.
Kendrick has taken his car back, so as it sits right now, he'll be in 10th spot. That would be pole position for next week. But Lowell Jewell's car still sitting on pit road. Maybe he'll try and gain 1 spot, maybe get his car repaired. Boop, now they have him set as 10th place, so Lowell Jewell in that nice spot.
Yeah, I think Jewell's going to be in for a bit of repair, to be honest with you. That car really took a beating in that incident. He's probably got some suspension damage that's going to need serious attention. You know, Mike Holloway had gotten involved in an accident earlier. There was Matt Chinosky getting the wave around. Holloway had got involved in an incident earlier where he took a little bit of damage on the front and heavy damage to the rear end of his SK Modified. Well, he didn't bother to pit. He's still out on track. Well, you know what I'm seeing? He did pit, actually. That's weird. Oh, you know what? He was involved in an early incident and pit when that happened. I think maybe that first caution flag we had this evening. And he caught the damage on the second one. But he's kept it out there. Holloway going to get to start from the outside on this restart with Donnie Moore. Lights are out on the pace car. I'm live. You're live. Dawson, are you live?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Then we're all live and kicking and ready to go. All right. Pace car going to drop down here to the inside when they head into 3. They get in the middle here and turn off, and there he goes. And what's Donnie going to do? We're watching. We're waiting. He's waiting. Now he goes. Donnie Moore on the hammer. Down across the line into 1. He is the leader. Jeff Sharp already looking to make a move on the inside of Holloway. Can Sharp complete this? And he does. Sharp up to second here on the restart. He bunts up the track a little bit. Almost gets into Mike Holloway, making things tough for him. Here comes Mike Allen on the bottom. Mike Allen having to work his way back up here, Dawson.
Yeah, you see Mike, he's had a great run tonight, but the other Mike Holloway, he had a great run, but he's just been starting on that top spot. Is Stefan going to go around? No, Kurt Smith.
Yeah, it was Kurt Smith. Kurt actually gets into the back of Stefan Alphonse, I'm sorry. Knew I was going to do that at least once. Put some money in the jar there. You're going to see Kurt Smith run up here on Stefan. Stefan's going to make contact with that inside wall, but he keeps going. Kurt Smith, the one that gets turned around, and to the back of the field he is. Looks like Brian Dean going to go ahead and come on in the pit. Not seeing any damage. Well, there is some damage on the right side of his car. There'll be no wave by this time. Looks like we're still going to have Lowell Jewell still in the pit. Looks like we're going to have 9 cars to restart here. Not much race left now here, Dawson. Everybody working for a position here. good to see Jeff Sharp up here. Jeff can be a fly in the ointment here for Donnie Moore this evening. Haven't seen Jeff take down a win in a very long time. This could be his opportunity tonight. Mike Allen looks like a worthy competitor. The Shinoskis are back in this thing. I don't think for a second that Mike Holloway's out of it. I honestly think your top 5, top 6 right now, any one of them a contender to win. Looks like we're going to get restarted with about 26 laps to go probably. I think the lights will go out right here, Dawson. No, I lost the bet. Okay. All right.
Well,
it's okay.
Well, Jeff Sharp, he'll be starting outside of Donnie, and last restart it was Mike Holloway who tried to take that stab, and Mike ended up dropping a couple spots. He was stuck on that high side. I don't know what you can do. It's kind of, you're at the mercy of everybody else inside of you, but hopefully Jeff can find a break and get to that inside and not fall back all the positions. Yeah. Obviously, we've seen all night, just not grip up there. We'll have to see what he can come up with.
Yeah, it really seems like Donnie was the only one who really made that somewhat successful when he got around Kendrick earlier and took the spot at the top. Now the lights are out on the pace car. This field ready to get restarted. I'm ready to get restarted. We're live and ready to go. Pace car going to pull in here, take that left turn. Couple black cars up at the front. Donnie on the inside. Jeff Sharp on the outside. There goes Donnie Moore. He holds up the field just a little bit and then rips it open. Yeah, you've got Jeff Sharp still stuck up on the outside. Why? Because Mike Allen made a bold move down on the bottom. Lots of power down there for Mike Allen. He's rolling her through the center of the turn now. Good, strong run off of turn 4 for Mike Allen. He's up to second. Tim Shinoski up to third. Mike Holloway right behind him in fourth. Sharp continuing to drop through the field. Wow. Horrible restart for Jeff Sharp. He's tumbled, lost 4 positions, now finds himself in 6th. Matt Shinoski was able to get around him. This battle at the front is a good one. Mike Allen with a great restart to this race. Tim Shinoski going to battle with him now. Donnie Moore not battling with anybody but the clean air in front of him. Donnie's got it dialed in here. Looking good, looking good. Mike Holloway picking up a little bit of ground. Started high on that turn in and then got her down to the bottom of the track. Got to be careful there, Holloway. He ran up, almost like he had a little bit of the wall. Loses a lot of momentum this time out of the turn. Tim Shinoski up in front of him, putting a lot of pressure on Mike Allen.
Yeah, I think Tim Shinoski going to maybe make it look. No. I tell you what, when he makes this move, holy cow, is Donnie Moore not a good exit? Mike Allen going to be able to close the gap just a bit.
Look at this. Donnie.
Ooh, we got to pass for the lead.
Yeah. Wow, Mike Allen with a strong move down on the bottom. Both him and Tim Shinoski just power on by Donnie. Now Donnie and Tim Shinoski are side by side. Tim, oh boy, he loses even more ground right there with another mistake in the turn. Now that opens the door for Mike Holloway. Man, look how much is being lost up there on the top side. Oh! I can't believe Mike Allen saved that. Mike Allen saves it. Tim Shinoski goes to the lead. Let's watch this on the replay.
Watch Donnie Moore squeeze through this.
Mike Allen does a great job of hanging on to that car. I could have taken out most of the field there. Most of what's left at this point. Tim Shinoski, though, goes to the front. Donnie warned us. He says, watch out for those Shinoski boys. Guess what? They're both on the podium right now with 15 to go. It's time to boogie, baby. Let's get this going. We don't want to see any yellow laundry at this point. Green flag laps to the end.
Even Jeff Sharp, he's not out of this picture either. He's at the tail end of this top 5 right now, and everybody right here.
Oof. Mike Holloway looking, that car looking a little bit loose, a little bit free right now. I don't know if that's where you want to be with 12 laps to go.
So
Yeah,
finish off.
Matt Shinaski starting to pick him up a little bit. Look for Matt to try and make a move at him. He's making him nervous. He's, Matt. Big mistake for Matt. Big mistake for Matt. Wow.
Stefan gonna make it through. Donnie Moore, a lot of damage.
Jeff Sharp. I think Jeff got the worst of that. Donnie Moore gets stuck into the inside retaining wall. But Jeff Sharp just hit the wall so hard there. And Brian Dean. Poor Brian Dean gets involved in another one. He wasn't doing anything. Well, we certainly didn't want to see that caution.
Yeah, we said no yellow launch.
Yeah, right. That's what I said, right?
Man, Sharp, he was having a great night and just caught up. Unfortunate.
Well, look what we got up front now. We got Tim Shinaski and Mike Holloway up front. Both of them started at the back of this field. And now they find themselves here up front at the end. Let's look at this onboard from Dean. He has a really nice save here. Again, the poor guy just kind of gets caught up and drives through. Gets on the binders there, able to stop from hitting Matt. Matt looking pretty torn up. Good job by Dean. Brian Dean for his effort right now. Going to get to restart in 4th from the outside. I don't like that for him. Outside just does not seem to be moving on these restarts at all.
Matt's still sitting in the pits. He's your points leader, so next week we'll have to take a look. It's probably going to get shaken up.
You know what? I got to be honest. I don't know. Stefan Alphon's going to get the wave around. That's going to put him back on the lead lap. Actually, I don't know if Matt's going to be able to get that car back out. I'm thinking maybe he had a meatball. He's probably in for a little bit of repair there. Jeff Sharp, I can't imagine his car is going to make it back out the way he hit.
Just taking a look here quick at the driver chat. Mike Holloway saying that he's driving with no sound. That is never fun. Driver, you use your eyes, but you also use your ears.
You really do for the lack of any real, unless you've got a full motion rig, for the lack of any real butt dyno. You need that. You need that hearing, man. You want to pick up the sounds that the sim is offering. Okay, well, here we go. Maybe the last restart. I think it probably will be. Not willing to bet on it, but here we go. Tim Shinaski going to restart it here, and there he goes. Mike Holloway really falls asleep on it there. Got nothing for him. Tim off to a great start. Mike Allen getting her going there on the bottom. He's able to hang on. And it looks like Jeff Sharp really got caught up top. Look at the run Mike Holloway had right there. Whoa. Holloway just, and then he slides up the track. Mike Allen gets over him, takes over the spot. Is that Kurt Smith? Kurt Smith up to 3rd. Whoa. Where'd he come from? Kurt Smith up to 3rd. Stefan Alphonse, 1 spot away from a podium finish, dear Dawson.
And Donnie Moore right behind him. You know Donnie wants to get right back up there.
Donnie going to try and put some pressure on the newcomer. I don't think he can. It looks like Stefan got a pretty strong car still. The strong car is the one leading this race, though. Tim Shinaski goes across the line with 3 to go. He is in the lead. Mike Allen in 2nd. Mike Allen started 3rd. And he finds his way back to the front of the field here with just 2 to go here at the line. The Outlaw 100 about to wrap up here. Who is going to win this race? Tim Shinosky looking for another win. This would be win number 3 for Tim if he can pull this off. The white flag is out. Here we go. Mike Allen going to make a charge at him. Has he got anything? Has he got anything out of 2? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. He's going to try and outbreak him into 3. Ooh, there's the run. There's the run. He gets right up under the wicker. Oh, and across the line. It's Tim Shinosky edging out Mike Allen. Kurt Smith, congratulations. He's there on the podium. Stefan Alphonse there falls just short of a podium finish in his debut here in the Outlaw Modified Series. Wow. Christian Family Construction Outlaw Modified Series just wrapping up here at Five Flag Speedway. What a finish we had there. I really thought Mike might have had him there out of 4. Got right up, like I said, right up under the wicker and just falls short. But Tim Shinosky out there getting his celebration in, the fireworks blasting off. We're going to take a quick break and be right back with the complete results here on the Global Sim Racing channel. See you in a moment. Welcome back here with the Bootleg Racing League, the Christian Family Construction Services Outlaw Modified Series. 100 laps here in the books at Five Flags Speedway. How'd they finish? Well, I'm going to tell you. Tim Shinowski with a big win tonight. Third one of the season. Mike Allen finishes second. Almost got him there at a turn 4. Kurt Smith finishes third this evening. What a run by him, coming all the way out from 12th. I started at the back of this field, literally. Stefan Alphonse, the rookie, started in 10th tonight. First race here in the modifieds, and he gets a 4th place finish. That's good work. Donnie Moore, man, probably shaking his head a little bit, maybe even waving his fist a bit. He's going to wind up with a 5th place finish. And Dawson Brian Dean is going to finish 6th.
Mike Holloway, we saw him get into a little bit of trouble at the end. He's going to finish 7th. Matt Shinowski, your points leader. First car a lap down, 11 laps down. Jeff Sharp, 9th. Lowell Jewell, 10th. Then going back after that, Jeff Kendrick, 11th. Lucas Stinziano, 12th. And to round out, Dustin Powers.
All right, let's hop down to Victory Lane, and Tim Shinowski picking up his 3rd win of the season. It's going to be another good shot in the arm in the points battle here this evening for Tim. Congratulations, my friend.
Yeah, thanks, Sean. It was an interesting race there at the beginning. I'm still not sure what happened. Caused the spin, sent me to the back, but was able to get some cautions in my favor and able to work my way back up.
Yeah, you basically fought yourself from the back of the field twice to get this victory this evening. And hey, listen, the only lap that counts is the last one. So what was the track like? It actually looked a little more loose than we thought it might be.
Well, I think at the beginning of the race there was plenty of grip, and I think as the race wore on, the tires got worn out. It definitely seemed to loosen up a little bit, especially off turn 4 on the last lap for me. But I think there was more grip tonight than we've seen previously this season. But yeah, towards the end it definitely got a little bit more loose.
Well, you talked about the tires and how they really seemed to be good early and then fell off. This track surface lends itself to being very abrasive, and the key. It looked like the key to winning tonight was taking care of those. You took care of them just enough. You know what? After tonight, we've only got we've got 4 rounds left after this evening. Tim, you and your brother both have had a great season. Which one of you is going to win this championship?
It's tough to say. Hopefully me, but we'll have to see. Still a lot of racing left, and anything can happen. Just biggest thing is being patient and waiting your opportunity to make passes and go towards the front.
Well, next week we head back into the Carolinas, and we made this quick trip down to Pensacola. How do you like your chances heading to Southern National next week?
Well, I enjoy racing at Southern National. I tend to run pretty well there, so I am looking forward to it, as I am all the races left this season tend to be good tracks for me. So just it's going to be very difficult to come back and win the championship, but it's probably going to take a couple more wins at least, but I'm going to give it my best.
You do that. Keep digging, Tim, and we thank you for coming in and talking with us. You have anybody you'd like to thank this evening?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Christian Family Construction for sponsoring our series. I want to congratulate Mike Allen and Kurt Smith on their good runs. It was good to see from them tonight. And thank GSRC for doing the broadcast for us. And hopefully I'll be talking to you next week as well.
Okay, we hope so, Tim. Thanks a lot, buddy. We'll see you then. All right, now let's talk to the second place finisher tonight, Mike Allen. Mike had a pretty strong run himself, almost wins it there on the last lap. Dawson, talk to him.
Yeah, Mike, had we had probably one more lap, you would have been the one sitting in victory lane. How you doing?
Doing good tonight.
Yeah, you weren't the fastest car all night, but you ended up making it. You came back when it counted, and you had a great run there near the end. And with that last lap, you were getting awfully close. Were you just not enough, or did you hit that last lap pretty good?
Yeah, I hit it pretty good, but I just didn't have enough to catch Tim. He was running a good line, and I gave it all I had.
How about the tires? We know that Five Flags, it's a really rough track, and tires really mattered. How did you feel? Did you feel that the tires were really making a difference at the end?
Yeah, I was surprised at how well they held up. That track is rough on them, and I drove it pretty hard coming back from the back tonight, but I think your tires held up pretty good.
All right, well, next week you guys head off to Southern National. What are you thinking about there?
That's one of my favorite tracks, so maybe I can make it one spot better next week.
All right, that sounds like a plan. Well, hey, you got anybody else you want to thank?
I want to congratulate Tim and Kurt on good runs, and want to thank Lowell for the good job he does with the league, and thank you guys for putting on a good broadcast.
All right, that's Mike Allen, your second place finisher. Thanks, Mike, for stopping by.
All right, Dawson, now we're going to talk to Kurt. Kurt Smith, the driver from Indiana, gets a third place finish tonight. Kurt, you started all the way in the back of the field, buddy. Tell us a little bit about your adventure this evening, bud.
That was definitely an adventure. I got caught in a few of the little accidents coming up through. Benefited of it a lot by some of the attrition, but at the end, I was right there. So good run.
I'm showing you took 4 pit stops. So obviously you had to run through your fast repair there. Did you actually have any timed repair that you had to take?
Yeah, the first couple pit stops, I was in just a minor little accident, so I didn't use my fast repair. I had about a minute and a half worth of repairs. So I split it between the two, and then the big accident I was in, that's where I used the fast repair.
Man, that's good strategy, man. That really paid off. Honestly, without that strategy, I don't think you get here on the podium. I know you probably vultured a couple of positions because there was some heavy attrition, but man, third place is third place, and we both talked about it during the broadcast. I think it's been a while since we talked to you, hasn't it?
Actually, I think this is the first time I've made it all the way up to third place.
Okay, all right. Well, then you know what? Then it is your first time, and you know what? Congratulations. That's great. You know what? Third place finish tonight. That's going to put you back in the field for the start next week. But you know what? You've got some momentum here, man. Let's maybe get you in victory lane next week. What do you think?
I'm definitely going to have to pick up the speed racing against this group to do that, but hopefully I can come back up through and get another good finish. This group's just so fast. I didn't set my fastest lap till lap 97, and I was still next to the slowest for the whole race. So it's a fast group, but a good group of racers, so it's a good group to be with.
All right. Well, now, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you, we're at Southern National Motorsports Park next week, so there's your heads up. Get some practice laps in, work on your craft a little bit, and maybe we'll get another chance to talk to you then. I would enjoy that.
Thank you very much. I'd enjoy that too.
All right, Kurt, you have anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Just Lowell for running the league. He does a great job running this league and keeping everybody fair and honest, and runs a great league. All
right. Well, Kurt Smith, we appreciate speaking to you, and boy, that was a lot of fun watching you get there up to the podium tonight. And always like to talk to somebody the first time. Kurt's been around for a little while, and I'm actually a little surprised. It's the first time we got him in. We never had him for an interview or for the podium. So, again, congratulations, Kurt. Big run for you tonight. Listen, folks, it's time to wrap things up for the evening, put a pretty bow on this, but I want to remind you a few things. If you're interested in the Bootleg Racing League, go to their website, bootlegracingleague.com. Plenty of information there about how to sign up and become a driver in the Bootleg Racing League. They are still looking for drivers. They have a street stock series that they run here on Saturday evenings. It starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time, and then they run the limited late models right after that, 8 p.m. Your winners there tonight were Charles Lahr in the street stocks. He is a newcomer, and who knows, might be in a modified here someday. Mike Holloway wins the late model race. And then don't forget, every 9:15 Eastern Saturday night, you have the Outlaw Modified Series. Now, you got to work your way up to that series, but listen, they're looking for new drivers. So hit them up at their website, bootlegracingleague.com. Now, We want to thank the Bootleg Racing League and Christian Family Construction Services for allowing us to cover them. For more information about the Bootleg Racing League, find them on their website or find them on Facebook also. They're there. Just go to Facebook and in the search bar, just type in Bootleg Racing League, all one word. You will find them, I promise. Thanks to the companies, equipment, and software that you see on the screen and that we use on our broadcast every time. The original music you've heard on this broadcast is thanks to Erica Combe and Casey Lalonde. See the screen for how to contact each of them. For more information about all GSRC events, go to globalsimracingchannel.com, where you can find us on social media as well. Twitter at GSR Channel, Facebook, just search bar, type in Global Sim Racing Channel, all one word, you'll find us there. We also have upcoming races for other series coming on screen here for you. Check those out, mark them down on your calendar because we don't want you to miss us and we don't want to miss you. Next week, the Christian Family Construction Outlaw Modified Series shoots back up to the Carolinas in Southern National Motorsports Park for another 100 laps of open wheel-to-wheel action. Catch us starting at 9:15 Eastern Standard Time on iRacing Live and the Global Sim Racing Channel. For Dougie Beard, Joe Peak, and Dawson Brock, I'm Sean Ambrose, turning the lights off and putting the lock on the gate. Race clean, race hard, and I'll see you on the track.